Okay, hopefully you've had a minute to have a go at some of these problems, and I'd like to take you through how we can solve some of the solutions together. When I'm looking at this one, I'm immediately thinking of the first log law because there's a plus in between them and they've both got the same base. So I'm going to start with an equal sign and log 6 of 2 times 3, log 6 of 6, look at that, and we know if we've got the same base and the number, it just equals 1. You can, of course, I will be doing all of these by hand. You could do them on the calc if it was in a CAS enabled test. I would definitely just throw that straight into the calculator and you'd get it spitting out a 1 straight away. I wouldn't waste my time going through this. But if you you do need to know how to do these by hand as well, so you can show where your workings come from. For the second one here, we've got these first two sections could fit into a law 1, and this section could be law 2. I have just noticed that there's an error here, and there should be a little 2 in here. This is log to the base 2 of 3. So hopefully that didn't throw you while you were doing your working earlier. First step, I'm going to use law 1 on the first two parts. Log 2 of 12 times 8. And then I'll just write this last bit in so I don't forget about it. Log 2 of 3. Simplify this. Log 2 of 96 minus log 2 of 3. We can now divide 96 divided by 3. Log 2 of 96 divided by 3. And it doesn't matter here whether you've got brackets around your number or no brackets. Often it's clearer if you've got something like a fraction. You can see here I've used the brackets to clearly show what the number is that goes with the base. But if you think you're clear enough with your writing, then it's not needed. 96 divided by 3 is 32, which we can further simplify as 2 to the 5, and then we get this wonderful 2 and 2 that cancels out, and we are left with 5. So all of this equals 5. Part C. Again, I've got a plus sign, so I'm going to use the first law, but I've got these numbers out the front. So I'm going to do something about moving those over here to make them powers. Using, I think that was law 3. Log. Now you might not have written log 10, you might just write log, that's fine. Log 10, 2, and this 2, I'm going to make a power up here. Plus log 10, 5 squared. Sorry, needs an equal sign at the start there. Log 10, 4 plus log 10, 25 equals log 10, 4 times 25 equals log 10, 100 equals log 10, 10 squared. The 10 and the 10 cancel to make 2. Hope you got that one right too. So for this next section, the first thing I've noticed is that 125 and 25 are powers of 5. So if I keep the 4 log 3, I can rewrite 125 as 5 to the power 3. And I can rewrite 25 as 5 squared. I can then take these powers, move them out the front, but there's already a number out here. So all we need to do is multiply. So it'll be 3 times 4. So this will be 12 log 3, 5 over 2 times 8 is 16 log 3, 5. And we end up with this log 3, 5, log 3, 5 on both sides. And when we've got that full log, we can cancel them on the top and the bottom. So we're left with 12 over 16, which is 0.75. For our second example on this page, I'm going to rewrite this as log 2 5 squared. And instead of 1, I'm going to write log 2 2. Because we know this equals 1. So I've got log 2 5 squared is 25 plus log 2 2. Now I can use log law 1. Log 2 25 times 2 equals log 2 of 50. For this final long one, we're going to have to use fractional powers. Let's have a go. Log 2, 2 to the 3, that's 8. Square root is to the power half, minus log 2, 2 to the 5, plus log 2, 2 to the 4, minus log 2, 2 to the half. These are all log base 2, so we can use all our log laws with the whole equation. What I'm going to do is put this into one long, do it all in one go. So the pluses will go on the top of the fraction and the minuses will go on the bottom of the fraction. So I'll start with one big log 2. I'll have 2 to the 3 times a half, which is 2 to the 3 over 2, and times 2 to the 4, in the bottom I'll have 2 to the 5 from here, times 2 to the half, simplifying the numerator, I get 2 to 11 over 2, and the denominator is 2 to 11 over 2 as well. Look at that, same numerator and denominator. So we get log 2 of 1. Any power base of 1 equals 0. So all of this equals 0. If you throw that in the calculator, you should get 0. Now I've put these 4 problems, the only difference here, I've put them for a bit of comparison. The only difference is plus, minus, times, and divide. You can pause your video now and have a go at trying these. Of course, they're going to get completely different solutions, and you can check on your CAS. Pause your video now if you haven't already. Okay, hopefully you've had a minute to have a go at these problems. The main thing I'm going to do with all of them is rewrite each of these numbers as powers of 2. So let's start off. Log 10, 2 to the 3 plus log 10, 2 squared. Take this 3 out the front. 3 log 10, 2 plus, take this 2 out the front. 2 log 10, 2. Now that we've got this, we've got 3 log 10, 2 plus 2 log 10, 2. It's like when we're doing algebra, or even going right back to year 7 algebra. 3 apples plus 2 apples makes 5, whatever it is you're talking about. Apples, x's, y's, or log 10, 2's. So your solution there is 5 log 10, 2. For our second problem, I'm going to use our second log law. Log 10, 8 divided by 4 is log 10, 2, and that's simplified as far as we can go. For our third problem, I'm going to look at, again, simplifying into powers. 2 cubed times log 10, 2 squared. Same as we did in this first problem, I'll take the 3 out the front. I'm going to get rid of the 10 because it's getting a bit squishy here. 3 log 2 times 2 log 2. Now, going back to what we did here where we added the two things together, now we're multiplying two things together. So when you multiply two things, you get that thing squared. So we can multiply the 3 times the 2. That'll be the number out the front. And then we're going to get log, I'll put the 10 back in again, of 2 all squared. Make sure your whole log is squared, not just the 2. Whole log squared. Final problem. This one I'll write as go straight into division. Write it as a fraction because we can. Over log 10, 2 squared. So I've just rewritten the whole problem. I haven't really done anything exciting to it yet. Now I'll take the 3 out the front and the 2 out the front. And now we've got log 10, 2, log 10, 2 on the top and the bottom. So we're left with 3 over 2. Hope you did well with those problems. Good luck and thanks for listening.